Have you ever wondered why some people seems to have the unstoppable willpower while others struggles to stay on track? The secret is not a superhuman greed, it's a psychology. Self-discipline is not something you are simply born with. It is a skill that can be trained and strengthened just like a muscle. Self-discipline. Whether you are working towards a career success or the academic excellence or a healthier lifestyle, or you could say mastering a new skill, self discipline is the bridge between setting goals and achieving them. The good news is you don't have to rely slowly on a motivation which comes and goes. Instead, you can use a psychological back strategy to make a discipline a natural part of your daily life. My dear friend, in this video, we shall explore the 7 powerful psychological tricks that will help you stay focused, overcome a distraction, and build long lasting habits. By the end, you shall have a toolkit of simple but effective techniques to strengthen your self discipline and take a control of your life. Self discipline. Take a control of your life. Let's get started. Now, the first psychological trick is set clear and achievable goals that will turn our dreams into the actions. One of the biggest reason people struggle with the self-discipline is the lack of clarity. If your goals are vague, your brain does not know where to focus its energy. For example, instead of saying I need to study more, be specific. I will study for 1 hour every day at 7 p.m., breaking down the large goals into the small, actionable steps makes them feel less overwhelming. I will give the another one example. Instead of setting a vague goal like I want to get a fit, now, concrete plan. I will go to gym on Monday, Wednesday and Friday for 45 minutes. By giving your brain a clear target, you reduce the mental resistance and make it easier to take action. Therefore, set clear goal. The first psychological trick. And second one is create the visual reminders. Keep your goals in sight. Now, you will notice how we tend to forget our goals in the middle of daily chores. That's because our environment healthy influences our behavior also. Now, use the usual cues to remind yourself of your commitment. Some effective methods include for the usual reminders, sticky notes. Place motivational quotes or the reminder on your desk or on bathroom mirrors or even the fridge. Now, the second one trick is habit trackers. Marking of each successful day on calendars builds the momentum and sense of accomplishment. Third one is a phone reminder. Use the today's technology, set alarms or notification with increasing messages to keep yourself more and more accountable. When your goals are constantly visible, that's one thing, they stay at the forefront of your mind and making it more harder to ignore them. This is the psychology behind it. Third psychology, use positive reinforcement, reward yourself for progress. This is a third psychological trick. Self-discipline does not mean depriving yourself of joy. In fact, rewarding yourself for even the small achievement can boost the motivation and reinforce the good habit. I will going to explain this with one good example. For example, imagine if you complete your study session. Treat yourself to the favorite snack or even a short break. See the very simple example of reinforcement or rewarding. After finishing a workout, enjoy a relaxing shower with your favorite music. This is also the reward. If you successfully avoid the social media during the workouts, allow yourself 15-minute guilt-free scrolling later. Even this is a reinforcement. These are the small reinforcement. Rewards create the positive association with the discipline, making it easier to stick to your habits in the long run. This is the third psychological trick, but it gives the long lasting impact. The fourth one, practice the 5-minute rule, overcome the procrastination. 5-minute rules, what is the meaning of that one? Getting started is often the hardest part of any task, any work. That's where the 5 minutes rules comes in the pictures. Now, 5 minutes rules tells yourself you shall work on a task, on work for just 5 minutes. Now, question, why does this trick works? Once you start, you are likely not going to stop because you are already overcoming the initial resistance to starting the any task also. Now your brain builds the momentum, making it very easier to continue beyond the 5 minutes. As the time passes, you become the more pronounced to the 5 minutes. Even if you only do the 5 minutes, you shall still make the progress, and that is one thing. And progress, even in progress fuels the motivations. Whether it is writing, studying, the exercising, or the cleansing, the 5-minute rule is simple, but I feel it is a more powerful way to push the past the procrastination. There are 5 minutes rules to go away with the procrastination, and a fifth one, eliminate the temptation. Design your environment for success. How to eliminate the temptations? Self-discipline is not just about the willpower, it's about the setting yourself for the successes. If you constantly expose yourself to temptation, resisting them becomes much harder. Now, here is how we can modify your environments for the temptation, relieve the temptation, to eliminate the distraction, temptations, studying or the working. The first one, keep your phone in another room. Use app like the forest and the freedom to block the distraction while the studying time. When you are engaged in any project, trying to eat healthier, replace the junk food with the healthiest snacks so you don't have to rely on willpower. Therefore, food also plays a very important part. Need to wake up early. Again, this is a very difficult task. The place your alarm calls across the room, so you have to physically get out of the bed and to turn it off. This is the most important rules. By removing or away from the temptation or the removing the distraction, you make disciplined choices, the default option, reducing the mental effort needed to stay on the track. This is, I believe, the most important psychological trick to understand how to be away from the temptation also. And sixth one, reframe negative thoughts. Set your mindset for the success. Now, reframe from the negative thought. What's the meaning of that? The way we talk to yourself directly impacts your self-discipline. Negative self-talk can create this self-doubt, making it harder to push through the challenges also. Now, how the self-talk in positive affirmation playing an important part, I will going to explain with a simple 2 example. Now, instead of saying, I am terrible at this moment, now try to saying, I am improving with the practice. See the differences. Terrible at the moment, I am working on, I am improving on it. Now, second example, I always fail at being disciplined. This is a self-talk, but it is a negative affirmations. Instead of saying that, you could say, every small effort I make strengthen my discipline. How you observe the change in self-talk? By concisely replacing negative thoughts with the empowering affirmation. That gives the mindset. This is building the mindset support rather than sabotaging with the progress also. Therefore, away from the negative self-talk. This is the sixth most important psychological tricks. And the last one, build a consistent routine. Turn discipline into the habit. Consistent routine and turn discipline into the habit. Turn consistency into habit. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. That's why consistency is the key to self-discipline. When you turn action into the daily habits, they become the automatic, requiring the less effort over the time. Action, when it becomes the habit, it is totally depend on us. Morning routine, start your day with the small wins like making your bed or stretching for the 5 minutes after the mornings. This is the habit we have to develop. Night routine, if you consider plan for the next day, set priorities and wind down to ensure the quality sleeps also. While we are work on study routine, set the specific times for deep focus and breaks to maintain the productivity. We are talking about the consistency, how the consistency develop into the habit. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to maintain the discipline, even when the motivation fades. As I mentioned, motivation comes, but consistency remains as it is. Therefore, take the control of your life with the self-discipline. Self-discipline is one thing, is not about the perfection. It's not about the progress. Every small step you take towards the better habits adds up the over time. And all the time we have to develop these small habits about the self-discipline. By applying this 7 psychological back trick or based on the tricks, I believe you shall develop the stronger willpower, overcome the procrastination, that is the second thing, and third, stay focused on your goals also, and the fourth one, make discipline as a natural part of your life. Therefore, students, remember, my dear friends, self-discipline is not something you are born with, it is something you build. Which of the strategy you will start using the today? Let's know in the comment sections. And my dear friend, the last most important point, if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most important thing, for the more self-improvement tips from our ends also, stay disciplined. We shall see you in the next video. Thank you very much.